Hey guys, so we're going to go through my Kingdom Cup tournament that was just held on the weekend. I came in with Lucario, Altaria, Dragonair, Steelix, Blaziken and Bastiodon. Lucario, Altaria and Bastiodon filling up the core. Blaziken is another Lucario Bastiodon counter. Steelix for some certain matchups, and Dragonair is a beautiful neutralist across the entire board. So our first opponent was, I've never said this out loud, Bachicocia. See how good that is. He has a Alolan Marowak, Charizard, Lucario, Bastiodon, Lapras, Flygon. Now he has a couple of leads that he could bring in. He could bring in Alolan Marowak, Lucario, or Lapras are all decent leads. Altaria would be good against Alolan Marowak and Lucario. And even if he has an Ice Quick move on the Lapras, we can do some damage in before we switch into Lucario. Dragonair is just a good neutralist, so we'll bring him in for any sort of matchup, and Lucario is basically a must. So let's get on to that. Leading with Altaria, who brings in Lucario. Perfect. So we'll get some good damage in. Try and get to a Sky Attack before he switches out. He switches out into Bastiodon. Okay, we'll switch into Lucario. Perfect counter. And he's stuck in the switch, so we'll get off this Power Up Punch. That'll just about finish it off. And we've got a little bit of energy to go for the next one. He brings in Charizard. So that isn't great for us. We locked in with the switch, but we can get off some damage because Charizard is pretty squishy. So we'll just keep counting away. And we'll send in Dragonair because we've got Tail. And he gets off, I'm going to shield this, Dragon Claw. And he gets off another Dragon Claw. That's alright, we'll shield this up, get our Dragon Breaths in, finish off Charizard with quick moves, and we can get off Aqua Tail and whatever, Lucario. Now that would be good for us, but he's got it. Oh, he didn't, I think he still had a shield. Power Up Punch. That doesn't take us out, and he's still got a shield there, so that might have swung the tide of the battle, although we have Altaria in the back, and he probably could have done pretty quick work. Going into the second battle, I'm thinking that we brought in Altaria at the start, so we'll probably think that we won't bring it in again. Might start with Lucario again. Alternatively, he could switch to a Bastiodon lead, but that isn't very safe, so he'll probably stick to Lucario and expect me to change. Not knowing what he'll bring in, I'm going to start with Dragonair, because that'll get some neutral damage in regardless of what he brings in. Alright, let's get into the battle. Starting with Dragonair, he brings in Lucario. This is okay for us. He'll slightly win out, but we'll get some very nice damage off. He gets off his Power Up Punch. This won't finish us off, but we'll shield it so we can get some more damage in. Aqua Tail. His Dragon Breath does some very nice damage. Just keep Dragon Breathing away. Gets off another Power Up Punch. We'll let this finish us off. And then we can bring in Altaria to finish off Lucario. I've got the switch glitch, but that's alright. We don't need to use our quick moves. This will presumably be a Power Up. Yeah, so probably didn't need to shield that. But just in case it's a Shadow Ball. Bastiodon, so we have to get out of there into Lucario. Get some counters in. He switches into Charizard. This isn't great for us because this means we're going to end up with Altaria versus Bastiodon, which is definitely what we do not want. Bastiodon can finish off Altaria any day of the week. So that's alright. And we've still got Charizard to deal with. So we come in and he already has a Dragon Claw up and ready. So we're pretty much already dead. Get off this Sky Attack. Get rid of the Charizard, but we're up face to face with Bastiodon. So he gets off a charge move, so that's the end for us. So, good game. Alright, now he's brought in Lucario as a lead both games. And he seems to very much like Lucario and Bastiodon. So I'm going to bring in Blaziken as a counter for those two. We're going to lead with Lucario, because if we get a Lucario versus Lucario matchup, that's alright. but I think for the third match he'll probably switch it up. And seeing as we haven't led with Lucario, he probably won't use Alolan Marowak. He hasn't actually used it at all. So yeah, we'll go with, and Altaria is a necessary component of our team. Takes out Lucario. If Lucario is not, obviously we want Altaria to do it and not Lucario. Or Blaziken. We have Lucario counters aplenty. Lucario will be able to do nothing to our team except take out Lucario. But yeah, let's get into the battle. Starting with Lucario, he brings in Lapras. That's perfect for us. Alright, so we'll just counter away till he switches out. He's getting some energy. Get off his power up punch from whatever's coming in. Charizard. So he can get off some damage, but it's probably best for us to get out of there. Bring in Altaria. Dragon Breath away. We can kill this. He's got a Dragon Claw, so we'll shield that. And we might be able to finish it off with quick moves. Yep. And we've got energy to go for whatever comes in. Lapras, we can finish that off with Sky Attacks. Despite it being good against us, we can also do some hefty damage against Lapras, which is why I really like Altaria. He brings in Lucario. Let's get off this Sky Attack. We'll just keep trying to get as much. He's already got another charge move, so we'll shield this because Altaria is our perfect Lucario counter. Get off another Sky Attack. He uses his last shield. Finishes off our Altaria, but we have Lucario and Blaziken, so he's charge stored up. So we'll send him Lucario. We know this will finish us off, but then Blaziken can get to work and finish off Lucario. Boom, boom, boom. And that's game. So our next game is against AgentMagikarp. He's got Lapras, Alolan Marowak, Lucario, Bachicocia, Bronzong, and Altaria. Now, Bronzong isn't something that I've learnt the matchups for. Probably should have. But I feel like he wouldn't bring it in. Maybe it counters my team great. I don't know. But Lucario is an easy pick because he can take out Lucario, Bachicocia, and Lapras. So we'll bring in Lucario, Altaria again, and we'll go back to that Altaria-Lucario Dragonair pairing because the neutral matchup is just does wonders. So we'll get into the battle. Hitting with Altaria, he brings in Bronzong. Alright, so I guess we'll just see how this goes. We're not doing lots of damage against him, but he's not doing lots against us either. Get off this Sky Attack, see what it does. Not too much, but actually an alright amount of damage. He gets off a charge move, so we'll have to shield it. No idea what it is. Heavy Slam, alright. He switches out into Bachicocia, so we have to get out of there. Switch into Lucario. He's stuck in with the switch, so we can finish off this Bachicocia. Power Up Punch. He shields. Maybe he wants to wind the switch clock down. Tries to get off his flamethrower. Shield that. Counter away. We might be able to finish off with that. Yep. And we've got a Power Up Punch stored up, but we'll see if we need the Shadow Ball. Bronzong, get off this Power Up Punch just in case he has energy saved up. Shouldn't do, because it seemed to take a while to charge up that Heavy Slam. Lucario versus Lucario. We've got Altaria and Dragonair still going. So Altaria there with the Sky Attack already charged up. Get that off. And almost finished off. And there we go. So because that went pretty good for us and still not being so sure on what to do about Bronzong, we just decided to go into the same team and get into it. Starting with Altaria, he brings in Bachicocia, so we have to get out of there, which is not great for us. So we'll bring in Dragonair the Neutralist, so regardless of what he brings in to counter, we'll be alright. And he cuts off his Power Up Punch, so we'll just let that come through because then we can switch into Altaria. And he's stuck in with the switch, so we can just finish him off away. He gets off his Power Up Punch, but that won't do anything to us. Keep going away, get off this Sky Attack. He might shield to protect his Lucario. He gets up. We'll shield this just because we're on low health and we'd like to keep our Altaria a little longer. And we should be able to finish off with quick moves. And we've almost got a Sky Attack charged up. And we switch into Lucario because he's got Lapras. Have that Sky Attack in the back. Have to shield up this Surf. Get off his Power Up Punch. He shields, obviously, because that would kill his Lapras, and we might be able to counter it away. We get off his Power Up Punch just to be sure, because Surf does charge up pretty quick. And we have Bastiodon in the back, so with this Power Up Punch, we should be able to finish off because our Lucario is nice and charged up. And that's a good game. For the sake of YouTube uploading, we'll cut this video into part 1 and part 2. So we'll move on to the next 2 rounds in the next video. That'll be up tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and see you tomorrow.